When Daniel signed the divorce papers, he didn't feel anger anymore. He felt quiet, not the peaceful kind of quiet, but the kind that echoes when the house is suddenly too big. The kind that follows you from room to room, reminding you of what used to be there for months. He moved through life on routine, work, home, microwave dinners, sleep, repeat. He told himself he was fine. He was strong. He was handling it. But strength without joy is just survival. At 46, he believed love had already taken its turn in his life and left. One Sunday afternoon, he found himself at a small bookstore cafe downtown. He didn't go there looking for anything profound. He just needed to be somewhere that didn't feel like his living room. That's when he noticed her. Amara sat by the window, reading a novel with the kind of focus that made the world around her blur. There was something calm about her, not flashy, not loud, just grounded. She looked like someone who had also lived a little. He wouldn't have spoken to her. The old Daniel might have, but this new, cautious version of himself almost walked past almost. When she reached for her coffee and accidentally knocked it over, instinct kicked in. He grabbed napkins and helped before thinking twice. They laughed, a simple, human moment, and somehow that laughter felt like oxygen. They didn't exchange numbers that day, they talked. About books, about how strange it is to start over in midlife, about how people assume divorce means failure, when sometimes it simply means growth in different directions. She told him she had been divorced for 5 years, that she had spent a long time rebuilding herself, learning to enjoy her own company before inviting someone else into it. That was the hardest part. She said softly, realizing I wasn't incomplete, I was just in transition. Daniel felt that sentence settle deep inside him. They met again the following week, this time intentionally. There were no grand gestures, no dramatic declarations. Just slow conversations and steady presence. They walked in the park, shared meals, spoke honestly. About fears, Daniel admitted he was afraid of failing again. Amara admitted she was afraid of losing herself again. Instead of pretending to be fearless, they chose transparency. And that's where love quietly began. Second chance love didn't feel like fireworks. It felt like warmth. It felt like coming home, not to a place, but to a version of yourself that felt safe again. They didn't try to erase their pasts. They honored them. The pain had shaped them into more patient, more self-aware people. Divorce had broken illusions, yes, but it had also broken pride, unrealistic expectations, and the need to win arguments at all costs. This time, love wasn't about proving anything. It was about partnership. One evening, nearly a year after that spilled coffee, Daniel stood in Amara's kitchen while she cooked. Music played softly. She was humming off-key. He watched her, not with desperation, not with fear, but with gratitude. I used to think divorce meant the end of my love story, he said quietly. She turned, smiling gently. Maybe it was just the end of the first chapter. He walked over, wrapped his arms around her waist, and rested his chin on his shoulder. Second chances don't come to everyone at the same time. Sometimes they come when you stop chasing them. Sometimes they arrive disguised as a small accident in a quiet cafe. And sometimes they feel less like a wild storm and more like steady sunlight after a long winter. Daniel no longer felt like he was surviving. He felt alive. And this time, he knew love wasn't about never breaking. It was about choosing each other, gently and consistently, after you've learned how fragile hearts can be.